Have you found your keys in the fridge lately? Snapped with a sudden rage that felt like it came out from another planet? Or maybe you're just wide awake at 3 a.m. for no good reason, staring at the ceiling and mentally cataloging every embarrassing moments you've ever experienced. You might chop it up to stress or exhaustion, but what if it's something else? What if it's the start of perimenopause? And by the way, it doesn't always have the courtesy to wait until we're late in our 40s. For some of us, the first whispers of this change can start in our late 30s. If you've been feeling like your body is sending you mixed signals, you're exactly in the right place. Today, we're going to break down the specific stages of perimenopause, and we're not just going to read you a list of symptoms, we're going to help you to connect the dots so that you can finally understand why you feel the way you do. And more importantly, we'll arm you with the practical, real world strategies to manage each stage so that you can feel like yourself again. If you're ready to trade confusion for clarity and anxiety for empowerment, then this is for you. Let's be real for a second. The conversations around perimenopause can feel incredibly lonely. You go to your doctor with a list of very real symptoms: fatigue, anxiety, bizarre periods, brain fog, only to be told that your blood work looks normal and maybe you should just relax more. It's enough to make you feel dismissed, confused, and wondering if you're making it all up. Well, I want to tell you right here, right now, it's definitely not in your head. Your symptoms are real, they're valid, and they're happening for a very specific biological reason. You're not going crazy, you're not broken, and you're definitely not alone. Millions of women are navigating the exact same transition right now. And my name is Crystal, the founder of the anti-inflammatory Foodie. We're focused on understanding our body's natural language and use food as medicine to increase our vitality. Our goal today is to help you to understand perimenopause and how to listen to your body for what it requires. Think of this as your personal roadmap. We will start by clearing up the difference between perimenopause and menopause. Then we will zoom in on the stages from the super subtle beginning to more intense later phase. For each one, we'll explore what is happening with your hormones, what that actually feels like, and more importantly, what you can do about it. This isn't just about gritting your teeth and surviving the next few years. It's about understanding your body on a much deeper level so that you can advocate for yourself and build a personal relationship and toolkit of strategies from food to fitness to medical options, and that will help you to thrive. This is a profound biological shift, and with the right information, it can also be a profoundly powerful personal one.
Before we are going to get into the stages, let's understand a couple terminologies so that we are on the same page. Think of this whole process as a long haul flight across the ocean. Perimenopause is the flight itself. It is the journey, the transition. The word peri literally means around. So this is the time around menopause. This whole phase is defined by hormonal static, primarily from your estrogen and progesterone. Your ovaries are basically starting to pack up for retirement, gradually slowing down hormone production. This is where you get the turbulence, the weird periods, mood swings, and hot flashes. And it's not always a quick trip. The average flight time is about 4 years, but it can be as short as a few months or as long as a decade for some. Menopause is not the journey, it's the landing. It is one single moment in time. Menopause is officially marked after you've gone 12 consecutive months without a single period. And that's it. One day, one milestone. The average age for this is around 51 to 52, but that is just an average. Postmenopause is everything after we've landed. It's the rest of our incredible life. Our hormones will settle in their new lower baseline, and many of the most turbulent symptoms of perimenopause, like wild mood swings, will stop. But some issues like vaginal dryness or hot flashes can stick around for a bit. and we start to focus more on long term health, like protecting our bones from the effects of lower estrogen. The pilots of this flight are your two main hormones, estrogen and progesterone. In simple terms, estrogen helps build your uterine lining every month, but it also have hundreds of other jobs in your brains, bones, skins, and even your blood vessels. Progesterone is often called the keep calm and carry on hormone. It shows up after ovulation to get the uterus ready for a potential pregnancy and helps you to sleep well and feel emotionally steady. During perimenopause, the beautifully choreographed dance between these two hormones turn into an image peak. This hormonal chaos is what creates nearly every symptom you experience, and understanding this chaos is the key to managing it. Let's get to the heart of it. Perimenopause isn't just one big messy phase, it unfolds in stages. And while every woman's path is her own, we can generally spot a pattern. And knowing what stage you're in can help you to anticipate what is coming and choose the right tools for the job. The best way to track this is by becoming a detective of your own menstrual cycle. First of all, the late reproductive stage. This isn't technically perimenopause yet, but it is where the first almost invisible cracks start to appear. And this can happen in our mid to late 30s. The signpost: your periods are still regular. You get it every 28 to 30 days like a clockwork. But you might notice your cycle is a day or two shorter than it used to be. And the PMS symptoms might be a little more intense than they did in your 20s. What's happening hormonally is that things are just beginning to shift. Your progesterone level may start to dip slightly in some cycles, while estrogen is still fairly high and stable. This subtle change is enough to create a small ripple. And how it feels like, well, honestly, you probably don't feel that different. Maybe a bit more irritable before your period, or your breast feels a little bit more tender. It's the kind of stuff that is incredibly easy to brush off or to blame it on a busy week. Well, this is the time that we need to build our health fortress. You're not in crisis mode, so you can create habits that will stick. Start prioritizing strength training to build bone and muscle density, and focus on a diet packed with whole foods and fiber to support your hormones. And find stress management techniques that you can actually enjoy, like meditation or long walks. And think of it as putting deposits in your health savings account for the years ahead. Stage one: early menopause. This is when most women start thinking, okay, this is definitely more than just stress. This stage often kicks off in your early to mid 40s. The signpost is the hallmark of early perimenopause. It's a persistent change in your cycle length. If your once reliable 28-day cycle now varies by 7 days or more, meaning you're having 21-day cycle, then a 35, then a 25, you're very likely in this stage. Your periods might also get dramatically heavier or surprisingly light. Well, what is happening hormonally is that not the hormonal roller coaster leaves the station. Progesterone continues to decline, but estrogen starts to fluctuate like crazy. It doesn't just drop, it spikes to new highs and then crashes to new lows. This wild unpredictability is driving your symptoms. So, what it may feels like is that sleep goes sideways, waking up between 2 to 4 a.m. becomes a classic feature. This isn't always from the night sweats yet. The hormonal shifts themselves are messing with your sleeping patterns. Then the emotional whiplash. With your calming progesterone dropping and estrogen on a wild ride, you might feel a huge surge in anxiety, irritability, and those sudden feats of rage you may have heard of: perimenopause rage. And also brain fog. You start having more scenario moments. You walk into a room with purpose and completely forget why, or you struggle to find the right words mid sentence. And the bodily buzz. You might get your first taste of hot flashes, though they are often mild. You could also notice some vaginal dryness, a dip in libido, or more breast tenderness. Now, here's the game plan. Your goal is to become a tracker. Start a journal or use an app to track your cycles and symptoms. And this data is pure gold for you and your doctor. And master your blood sugar. Those estrogen swings can mess with your insulin sensitivity. Eating regular meals with a solid balance of protein, healthy fats, and fiber will stabilize your energy and mood. And stop skipping meals and dial back the sugar and processed carbs. And get serious about stress. High stress pumps out cortisol, which only makes the hormonal chaos worse. A regular practice of yoga, meditation, deep breathing, or just walking in nature is now non negotiable. And consider key supplements. Talk to your healthcare provider about helpers like magnesium glycinate, which is amazing for sleep and anxiety, and B complex vitamins for energy, and adapt your workout. Keep strength training, but also listen to your body. If high intensity works out leave you feeling wrecked for days, it might be time to swap it for more moderate cardio and restorative exercise. Stage 2, the late perimenopause. This is the final and often most intense leg of the journey before menopause. It typically starts in your late 40s or early 50s and can last 1 to 3 years. The unmistakable sign for this is when you start skipping periods entirely. You will see gaps of 60 days or more between your cycles. And what is happening hormonally is that the roller coaster is slowing down, but mainly because estrogen is now trending consistently downwards. The fluctuations are smaller, but the overall level is dropping significantly. You're having more cycles where you don't ovulate at all. And this is where the classic low estrogen symptoms really showed up to the party. What it feels like is that you might have vasomotor symptoms, and this is the official term for hot flashes and night sweat. They often come more frequent, more intense, and way more disruptive. Genitourinary syndrome of menopause. This one is critical. Low estrogen thins out vaginal and urinary tissues, which can cause some serious vaginal dryness, itching, and burning, making sex painful. It can also lead to urinary urgency or a higher risk of UTIs. Mental and emotional health. Anxiety and depression can feel deeper. The brain fog might feel a lot more significant, impacting your confidence at work and in life. Body wide changes, and this is when a lot of women notice more aches and pains. Joint pains is as common as estrogen, a natural anti-inflammatory, declines. Skin gets drier and hair starts to thin. Many women also find it easier to gain weight, especially around the middle area. The symptoms no one talks about. We really need to talk about the real stuff. A change in your body odor is real. Some women experience a burning mouth sensation, tinnitus, the ringing in the ear, or even a bizarre zapping feeling like a tiny electric shock. And these are all connected to hormonal shifts. And here is the game plan. You gotta double down on your nutrition. Focus on nutrients for bone health like calcium and vitamin D. And pack in anti inflammatory omega 3s from fish and flax seeds for your brains and joints. And keep your protein intake high to fight muscle loss. Exercise for your bones. Strength training is no longer a nice to have. It is essential for protecting your bones against osteoporosis. I have a video here for the number one exercise that you can follow to reverse osteoporosis and help rebuild your bones naturally. And address vaginal health, I have a video also here with ancient practice that you can use to start lubricating your vagina. And of course, make informed decisions for your medical options. Well, navigating this can feel like a lot, but you also have so much cover here. And this is your chance to shift your mindset from decline to opportunity, an opportunity to prioritize your health for the next years to come. And let's put it all together in your perimenopause power toolkit. The pillar one is definitely nourishing nutrition. This is not about dieting, it's about fueling your body for what it's going through. So, power up with protein. Aim for 25 to 30 grams of protein at every single meal. This is crucial for keeping the muscle mass that fuels your metabolism. And fiber is your best friend here. Fiber helps managing weight, supports your gut health, which helps process estrogen and keeps your heart happy. So eat a rainbow of plants. Build your bones. Get plenty of calcium from dairy or leafy greens and 100% sunlight. Make sure you're getting enough vitamin D to help your body to absorb it. Hydrate regularly. Dehydration makes fatigue, headache, and dry skin so much worse. So keep your water bottle handy. Then the second pillar is movement. Your exercise routine needs to evolve with your body. Lift heavy things. Strength training 2 to 3 times a week is the single most important thing that you can do for your bones, your metabolism, and your body composition. Respect your recovery. Back to back high intensity workouts can spike your stress hormone, cortisol, leaving you exhausted. So, balance tough workouts with restorative days of yoga, stretching, and walking, and care for your cardio. Your risk for heart health goes up after menopause. So, consistent moderate cardio like brisk walking, swimming, or cycling is vital. The third pillar then is our sleep hygiene. Your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Blackout curtains and a white noise machine can be your new best friends. And be predictable. Go to bed and wake up around the same time every day, even on weekends. This trains your body's internal clock. And have a wind down ritual. Create a calming routine that signals for your body that it's time for sleep. Ditch the screens an hour before bed and try a warm bath with Epsom salt, read a real book, or do some gentle stretch exercises. And the last pillar is proactive stress resilience. You can't eliminate stress, but we can build up our resilience to it. Schedule your chill time and don't wait until you're about to snap. Literally schedule 10 to 15 minutes of relaxation into your calendar every day. Use a mindfulness app or a reminder to do some deep breathing or just put on some calming music or dance and find your people. You're definitely not alone in this. Talking about it, how you're feeling with trusted friends or a supportive group is incredibly powerful. And breaking the silence is, in fact, an act of self care. If this breakdown has helped you to connect some dots, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss what's next. But more importantly, I would love to build a community right here. The power of knowing you're not the only one is huge. So go to the comments and share one thing, a weird symptom, a feeling, or anything that first made you realize your body is changing. Let's read them, reply to each other, and prove that we are not invisible and we're not going through this alone. I know this is a ton of information, but my hope is that you're leaving this video not with a sense of dread, but with a feeling of clarity and control. Perimenopause isn't a disease that needs to be cured. It's a natural and yet sometimes challenging life transition. And now you have a map. The old story that this is some kind of ending, a slow fade into the old age, is simply wrong. This, in fact, is a recalibration. It's your body asking you to pay closer attention, to put your own well being at the top of the list, and to build a foundation of how that will make the next decades of your life amazing. Your symptoms aren't punishments, they are signals asking you to adapt. You now have the knowledge to understand what is happening, a toolkit to manage it. You have the language to talk to your doctor and fight for your own care. You absolutely can feel good during this time. And It's about learning what your body really needs to thrive. It's your time to take the wheel and steer yourself in the next powerful chapter of your life. Menopause is your second spring, and you've got this.